Now, there's a lot of offense in College Football 25. If you take a look at my channel, the defensive videos tend to perform a lot better than the offensive videos because people are struggling for stops. But I cannot help myself because I think that the gun tray open offset in Georgia's playbook is really dynamite because of this swing screen series that is very, very difficult to defend for the user, because they got to worry about the running back to the outside on the swing screen, which a lot of players struggle with. But then there's a little wrinkle over the middle that is probably influenced a little bit by Brock Bowers and his time in Athens. So let's go ahead and get into what makes the tray open offset so great. Now, before we get started, if you're looking for another playbook that does this mini scheme identical to Georgia, look no further than the Colorado State playbook. There's 134 playbooks in the game. Everything's got a little bit of bubble gum, but this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. I think I'll convert a few of you guys to Georgia Bulldogs playbooks users. Not to mention, I mean, this book is already arguably one of the top 3 or 4 in the game. You've got the bunch, you've got the bunch Y flex, you got the cluster, you got some trip stuff. They've got a lot of great screenplays in this playbook, in addition to a pretty dynamic pocket passing shotgun offense. So let's go ahead and talk about the motion swing screen. If you guys play Madden, you're no stranger to how good this play is. This is one of those calls where you get the running back out quick in motion. The ball's going to get quickly to him in space. You're going to be able to catch this, follow your blockers, make a juke, make a second juke. With the broken tackles in this game, this is a threat for a home run anytime your opponent isn't respecting it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of players will say, okay, well, this is really annoying. I'm going to play hard flats. And sometimes that's a good adjustment. But the truth is, even then, this is sometimes a call that can still beat that. You saw right there, we got a shed, but the offense still got 12 yards off of this. And sometimes they don't even shed at all. That's where this scheme can really take off and be dynamic for you. So again, I'm just going to run a few hard flats here. I'm just going to throw this ball out. I mean, you see right here, one juke, basically 20 yards. Then they're going to start to do some other things. They're going to say, okay, well, I know that the hard flat's not working. Let me go ahead and just man up the swing man. So they'll do something similar to this. And then when you go to throw it, oh, look, that's still blocked as well. We're out to the outside, a little spin move. Again, really annoying. So defending this is a real pain. Eventually, their user's gonna just fail. They're just gonna see this motion and they're gonna fly down, and that's gonna be their effort to stop it. They're just gonna get into the backfield. That is where this mini scheme takes off. Now, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. I'm dropping long form content every morning, Monday through Friday, with shorts in the afternoon to keep you on top of the most effective tactics of College Football 25. And if you guys want even more, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. I still have my Madden 25 pre-sale offer bundled with everything for College Football 25 on the website. You can also do monthly memberships for college football if you don't know how long you're going to be plugged in on that game. I've got something for everyone. Go check it out. We've already dropped my first offensive game plan, my Army Flexbone. I've got over 30 videos in the vault. We're about to start dropping some fire on the defensive side of the ball, so make sure you guys are ready for that. That's coming out very, very soon as well in our game plan section. Trust me, you're going to be wanting to be on top of that. Lord knows defense is tough in this game. You guys can get everything in college football for as low as $9.95 a month, but make sure you take advantage of those pre-sale offers. If you're planning on playing all year long, you can save yourself a pretty penny. So as I mentioned, a lot of players are going to respond to the motion swing screen to the running back with an over-aggressive user, especially if they're not getting their adjustments to work. Hard flats aren't getting into the backfield. Man-to-man's not able to navigate in between those blocks. The user defender often resorts to just gambling and jumping into the flat, trying to pick it off. And I don't blame them. I mean, that's sometimes all you've got. But that's where this Georgia mini scheme really takes shape, because they've got this play right here called the motion tight end mid screen. Now, the thing about this is that it's not really just a tight end screen. The truth is, you could still throw this like a swing screen to your running back. So you snap this ball and, okay, I don't see right there, I don't want to throw the tight end. You can still go right out to the flat and follow the running back. That's something you absolutely can do. But again, a lot of times you're going to see that hard flat approach. They're going to take their user Reese. I'm going to mimic this by just manning up the motion man, and they're just going to try to run down to the outside. That is where this play with the tight end return over the middle takes form. So you're going to notice here that our inside receiver, Del, he's going to be our mid-screen player. He's going to fake a release to the outside as if he's blocking the swing screen, and then he's going to cut right back over the middle. You're just going to throw a little feathery touch pass right over the middle and pop. You're going to see that he's going to be behind the offensive line, right up the seam, and you could potentially rack this for a touchdown. You guys know how the game is. You guys could very easily take this to pay dirt. The screens in this game are insane, especially when you get the blitz mixed in. If they're, you know, heavily blitzing you out of mid blitz, this could end up being a house call against man-to-man blitzes because of the fact that when you're playing man-to-man, you have one guy guarding the player that's receiving the ball. In this example, you have a situation where the offensive line, who does not have players covering them because they're offensive linemen, now are in front of the guy that is trying to guard this throw back over the middle. So whether it's zone, whether it's man, the mid screen is a great option for you to be able to throw this and pick up huge yards. But just real quickly, let's go back to zone, because again, a lot of times you're going to get zone coverage shaded down. And again, this is still an opportunity. In this example, if they're shading down, they've got a hard flat. So I don't really want to throw that, but that's the beauty of this, is if they are playing that hard flat defense, I know that the mid screen in the middle of the field is going to be wide open. So you see that he returns back over the middle. Boom, we catch our block, we catch another block right at the middle for 20 yards. Again, the user very rarely stays flat-footed against this little motion mini scheme. So they're not really just going to be like, oh, well, I'm sitting on this. Last thing a lot of them are thinking is, oh, hey, I see auto motion. This is coming right back over the middle, right where I'm standing. So many players are going to bail on the swing screen, and this is going to give you pay dirt with the simple check down on a drag with your offensive lineman out in front of him. So I hope you enjoyed this little screen series out of the Georgia playbook. Again, this is in the Colorado State playbook. Don't necessarily sleep on looking for other versions of this offense throughout the game. You'll notice that there's a lot of orbit and swing screen type action with, you know, a player then veering back over the middle behind the offensive line. You can find this type of concept throughout the game. It's not just in Georgia, but I want to tell you where to definitively find this to get started with this. Once you get comfortable with it, branch out into other playbooks that, you know, seem interesting to you. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'll see you guys this afternoon. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.